What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's White Boy Lockdown Radio. It's Big Matt. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, leave a comment, and join members. What's up, man? It's we got JD back in the house, man. We've had a lot of technical difficulties. We did this interview a while back. I'm getting better, and he came on here. He told a little bit of his story in the beginning. He came back and chopped it up about some politics, how he felt. But he's got a strong story. A lot of my story pertains to JD. He was right there, back against the wall with me. But all right, JD, last time we spoke, bro, you told that story where you were getting transferred and you knocked the dude out. The CO thought he died. It was a whole race thing, and we cut off where the COs were running towards the dorm. So we want to pick up there for a little bit.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah, we can pick up there. It's hard to remember that video because we've done like 5 since then that just haven't worked out.
It ended itself.
So police are running into the dorm. We see them from out the window because the way they had to come, on the far side of the compound, and it was nuts. I stood up and said, "Listen, if anybody loses anything, any contraband, any tattoo guns, whatever, I'll help you figure it out. Like, let's just get through this." And I don't remember when that last one ended. I wish I watched it just so I knew. But before that, I actually stood up in the dorm because some cops came in and took the guy away, and we laughed about the, get on your bunk.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh today, but get on your bunk, mate. But
so you went to confinement over this, and they were trying to they're trying to CM you.
They rushed the dorm, right? They rushed. Like, I'm talking about, shit changed. It must have been 30, 40 deep, coming off helicopters or some shit. They came out of nowhere, and they see, if you were white, if your card says white, because there's a lot of Hispanics that says white on their name tag.
That's humorous, by the way.
You got like 3 races in prison: white, black, and other. There's no African American. There's no Anglo-Saxon. There's none of that. It's white, black, or other.
Yeah. Sometimes the light brown guys get the other. It's very comical.
It's weird. And then you have some Hispanics get white. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
they speak English, but they get white.
It's comical. So they get you, and obviously you go to confinement, but don't they? I remember we're telling this story because I'm trying to get you back caught up to some of the stories I want to say, but because I met you, was it off this transfer or a different transfer?
It was this transfer.
Okay.
This transfer put me at Holmes.
But so when you were in confinement, they booked you and they booked a whole bunch of other people, right, for this?
Oh, they booked about 10 of us in the dorm, and the next day there was gonna be a race war on the compound, and then so they locked up any white racist, well, not racist because every white person's racist.
Of course.
Supremacist, gang member, you name it. Anybody who's affiliated that was white was going to jail the next day or two because of the war that was going to go down on the red guard because of this.
So
I didn't start, but I guess I tried to finish.
Let me ask you a question. So when you're back there, I mean, you bumped them, you took the fade for pretty much everybody, even the Aryan dudes that were in there, even though they ran up and started kicking the dude after the fact. But were you you had to be kind of like, in your head, it kind of had to be weird because you're 21 about it. You don't care about whatever happens at this point, but they booked a lot of people. They combined a lot of people back there with you, so you had to kind of be at some point were you thinking like people putting hits on you because they're back there on the house in a sense?
No, there's always kites flying. I know the reason why we were all locked up is from somebody putting kites in on names. He didn't really care about what happened. He just wanted to get people out of the dorm. He was a store man. I had an issue with him over football gambling because he didn't want to validate a ticket that was a hit. You know what I mean? That dumb BS hustle stuff that you can be getting to.
Right.
Somebody hits for like $30. They don't want to pay because they don't have $30. They ate it all. But so either way, but we're sitting back there, and it's nobody. There's no you usually get a DR are served in, I think it's like 24 hours. You gotta get paperwork.
Some paperwork, yeah.
I don't remember the time frames, but it's like 24 hours. They gotta give you like what you're doing back there, like if it's gonna be a DR, disciplinary report, whatever it may be. But nobody's getting anything. They just said we're under investigation. Like all 10, 12, 15, 20 of us, whatever's back there. We're all in EC confinement, which is a little bit easier than DC. DC in the middle of summer, boy, I don't know how I survived that stuff.
Just to catch everybody up, man, when you get a DR in the chain gang, if you get caught in a fight, contraband or something, you're going to go back there, you're going to do a couple days on the house to go to DR court, and you're going to know your outcome, meaning if you got 30 days, you can start counting the days left. But if you guys do not know what he's talking about, he's on AC under investigation, so he has no idea how long he's going to be back here. It's under investigation until they figure it out or they pencil whip him, pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So
when it is under investigation, they got up to 28 days to keep you back there. Then they need to file a report to Tallahassee, which is the main DOC, to approve keeping us under investigation longer. And they have to have some type of evidence to back that up. So, we're all waiting for that 21 days, and they can file an extension for the 7 days to make it 28 days. Nobody's hearing nothing. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody's getting DRs. Nothing. Like, it's just, we're just sitting back there. Nobody knows anything. There's a couple of cops that come in that, like, hey, what am I in here for? Oh, you're under investigation. That's it. So, I think right around the 20, somewhere in the 20 through 30 day mark, we're back in AC. We all get paperwork.
right.
For CM.
Ooh, CM paperwork. No bueno.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. CM1 too. Everyone's getting CM1. Asking for CM1, and everyone's like, that's when everybody started hitting the door.
Hey, I don't even know this. I know there's levels of CM. What does CM1 carry? What is that? 6 months behind the door?
There's CM1, 2, and 3. I could get them mixed up. I'm pretty sure CM1 is 18 to 36 months
Behind the door, people.
By yourself.
Behind the door. He basically took a fade because
No
this.
contact, no visitation, no nothing.
So he had all those stipulations about to be behind the door from anywhere from a year and a half to 3 years over a fade over a fight because this guy pretty much sold out all white people putting down. He smashes the dude, knocks him straight out, and now you're facing a CM meeting. How'd the CM meeting go?
So they have it's like a DR court, but more serious because you got the head of classification, you got a warden there, assistant and a regular, and then you got a colonel or some other idiot there. Before that though, I can't even get to that CM hearing yet. It's a clown court, but what happens is dudes are in the door. You gotta tell them, JD. You gotta tell them what happened, right? I'm like, okay, I'll own it. I'll be 21 about it.
Right.
I showed him the paper. I said, but this is lies. I'm not gonna sit there and lie the truth. I don't even know how to do that. So I'm like, dude, I'll tell him I fought the dude, I whooped the dude, and that's it. You think these people want to hear that? Do you read what this says? It said, a white supremacy gang activity, jumping, beaten with weapons, blunt objects.
And at this point, you're completely unaffiliated at this point.
I've always been unaffiliated. Again, I just saw your video today, today.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I watched it today, and how you got the Unforgiven guy wanted to join. So Unforgiven wanted me to probate. So I wasn't probating, but they wanted me to at this time.
If I remember right, bro, not to cut you off, but I know this from doing time with you and talking with you. If I remember right, didn't you get kind of a green lighted? You got word back when the story that you're talking about on this video. Didn't you get word at that point if you wanted a patch, it was yours, or did I remember wrong?
That after the hearing and all that, I ended up getting in a room with one of the Unforgiven brothers.
Right.
Who was head at the compound, and he goes, "Hey, bro, you got it if you want it." You know what I mean? And he's someone that he was stand up at that time. I just actually heard rumors about him that won't mention.
I know.
His name.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Rumors are rumors. Whatever.
Yeah. So you ended up.
He's like, "You want the patch? You got it, man. You got it." I don't fuck all this shit going on, but I was like, man, this life ain't for me. Like, I am who I am. I'm always be who I am. I don't need, you know what I mean? Like, it's just too much. I don't need it. It's not like when I leave this place, when I leave prison, I don't need this anymore. Like, I don't need it now, but I mean, talking about my future, my family, I'm not gonna be in a gang. You know what I mean? It's just not gonna happen. It's hard to do that because you see some dudes that are really stand up and they really do believe in this stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, I just can't do it. It's not that I could handle the roughness of it or anything like that, because I would live right, but it's like they would force me to do things because they don't live right.
Yeah, we'll get in. Well, listen, trust me, there's a lot of videos with me and you. We'll get into that at another time. But so you're at DR court. You're at when you thought you're going to DR court. It's a CM hearing, and other people are going to get CM'd as well, right? There's certain papers towards you, everyone they think that was involved. And didn't you hear the dude that was dropping dime on you, basically saying it was him, it was JD, it was JD? Didn't you hear about this back then, or back there? I'm sorry.
I actually heard it from my door. You get out that door because when you hear anything, it's like a pin drop.
Right.
So this dude goes in there and he goes to his CM hearing, and he's like a tattoo artist. He's not affiliated. He's just a white dude who had a hustle. But he got wrapped up in this because the dude gave him his name. And so he goes into the hearing and he's pissed off. Like, he's just fed up. He's tired of this stuff. He's one of the dudes, "Hey, ride it out. We're all going to get transferred." I think his name is Melton, because his last name is Melton, Melton, Brendan or something. He was a tattoo artist, so I only put his name out there because, I still feel a certain way about what he did to me. He tried to do to me.
So he tried to snitch on you, and then
so he goes into his hearing. I haven't been to mine yet. He goes in there, just snaps. He goes, "This is bullshit. This is all lies, man. Dude, JD, he whooped a dude 1-on-1.
What'd they do to him?
They drug his ass back to his cell, didn't feed him for 2 days, and sprayed his ass 3 times.
I guarantee that I guarantee they were just wanting to get you guys up out of there. You know what I mean? And he's trying to drop dime, or he's trying to snitch so he doesn't get CM'd. But at this point, their minds are already made up, dude. You can't do that. In Florida, I try to tell them all the time, that it's crazy here. The madness of the COs, man, is crazy in Florida. So how long did you, what did they, so they're talking about CM1 at that point to you, because on a regular DR court, they'll say, for instance, I'm back there one time and they're like, you have disrespect to staff. It's 30 days. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty? And that's Kangaroo court. You cannot say not guilty. So you have to say guilty, and then your time starts for DR. How does it work for a CM hearing? Like, what'd they say to you that day?
I went in there and they're like, "Do you agree? What's your comments about this? Do you agree with what the paperwork says?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "All right, lock him back up, put him back in his room."
So
that was it.
Was the schedule for another CM hearing?
No, that was it.
Oh, so the next time you went, it was what did they do? Decide to negative transfer you instead?
What it is they can't CM you. Tallahassee has to CM you. They have to approve it.
Right.
So they file the paperwork to Tallahassee, because there's only a limited amount of CMs. They can't CM everybody.
Right.
So So, or like just in general, because you got like 100 prisons in Florida. You know what I mean? They only got a couple CM camps. Like,
Exactly.
it's just the numbers wouldn't add up. So, you know, I just said, I didn't say anything. I was just like, they're like, are you going to admit to this paper? I said, no. They said, all right, lock them up. All right, whatever. See you later. See you in whatever, in 2 months, 3 months, whatever. I'm already a ghost. You know, I've lost 20 pounds. You know, I'm not being fed.
Yeah, of course.
You get wrecked for 30 minutes once a week in a cage, a bigger cage that's outdoor. You know, it's like.
So the next time you went back, what, or you didn't go back, did you?
That was it. No, you don't hear anything. You know, next thing you know, what tips you off is when the dudes start getting transferred.
Yeah.
Because I already had an appeal written, waiting to get my paperwork, like the final word, so I can appeal it. You know, it's just like a regular court where you can do appeals and all that crazy stuff.
What?
So I already had my whole argument written out. I had the law, you know, I had the prison chapter codes.
Chapter 33, yeah.
Lined up, ready to go. Because I was like, I'm not sitting behind the door for 18, 36 months because a dude is a piece of shit.
You were, at this, like, I know your whole story, but I know at this point in time on your regular case that sent you to prison, weren't you on it? How long were you in prison about, out of the whole 10, how long were you in at this point?
At this time, let's see. So I went in end of 2006. Let's see. I went to Bay. I was in Mayo from basically 2007. I went to Bay end of 2007. I was at Bay till I think I got negative transferred in 2009.
So you were in 3 years, but at this point, when you're facing the CM hearing, you were going back on appeal, correct? For your regular case, so, you're trying to give time back off the 10 years, and you get, all you did was get into a fight, and now if they CM you, this is going to look horrible when you go back to court because you're trying to ask for less time or whatever your grounds are, and they're going to say, well, Your Honor, by the way, you know, he's a part of white supremacy, and he's in, you know, he's a CM camp now, so we can't house him with regular people. That would look horrible. Thank God that did not happen to you.
That it sounds like that. Now, I don't know how true this is, but I'm pretty sure in most cases, if you would have, like, you know, if you stab somebody in prison, you can get a charge. You can get an outside charge. It happens a lot. Most of the time, the judge and the jury don't give a shit. They just don't.
Right.
It's two people in prison, they don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of times those charges don't even go through because the fact that we're nobodies. I mean, I'm basically a nobody now, you know, in the grand scheme of things, but like in prison, you're definitely like nothing. You're negative.
Right.
You know, you're just a drag on society. So one dude stabbed another inmate, that's more money for a different inmate. You know what I mean? Like, they don't care. So as in the whole, would it have mattered what happened while you're in prison? I hear from lawyers it does, but at the same time, I don't think it does because of the cases and things that come out of it, you know?
Yeah. All right, so real quick.
If you kill somebody in prison, you're usually not going to get a outside charge.
Real quick, I'm going to end this one. We're going to keep rolling. We'll just do another video. But so on the outcome of the CM thing, what happened and what happened on this whole overall, what happened here? So you're back there, you went to CM hearing, they're talking reckless, you go back to your cell, you said you saw people getting transferred and stuff. So what was the end outcome?
I got transferred to Holmes and met my bro Matt.
So, but just so they understand, he didn't get a transfer. You know, you can go to a camp and be doing time there, and you could hate that place. You can act right and put in a transfer and awarded for your good behavior. You could put in for a transfer to possibly get closer to home or whatever have you. He got a negative transfer, which means they need him up out of that facility because at this point he's a threat. They almost CM'd him. But this is where I met JD, and we're going to pick it up, guys. I'm going to end this one here. Make sure to, I'm going to keep uploading his stories because we got a lot together to talk about. I want everybody to stay out, stay safe, and stay solid. Until the next one.